We are wrapping up the week. Kietzman Uncanceled coming up at 10 o'clock. Happy New Year, my friend. How are you?
I am well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Hey, tell me you're not having more fun. I mean, look at this news cycle that we've got in this line of work versus if you were still doing every day, grinding out 4 hours of sports talk radio, breaking down the April NFL draft. I mean, we're going a mile a minute. I genuinely feel bad for those guys right now. They got nothing.
Well, I feel guilty a little bit that our programming is so good because the news is so bad. I mean, there's something a little bit dirty about that, but it's better than spending 3 hours a day asking who the Chiefs' tight end will be next year. That's not fun programming.
What would you do in January of those dark years? I mean, was it just all KU, K-State, Mizzou basketball, or would you just kind of do whatever you wanted?
Well, some of those years the Chiefs weren't any good, so we didn't have that to fall back on. But right now, you can probably in sports radio just talk Chiefs all day long, and it will get. It's like the left base, It's like Tim Walz or Jacob Fry, who you just played, having a news conference just talking to the 20% base. I feel like that's what some Chiefs off-season programming is on sports radio. It's just feed them a little red meat, and maybe they'll stick around.
Yeah, that's a good point. So when you're going through the lean years, though, and you're doing sports radio every day, was this the worst time of the year if the Chiefs weren't playing playoff football, or was there another time of the year that was the worst?
It was summer. It was always summer because the Royals traditionally have been very, very bad. And the Chiefs seasons weren't like now. You didn't look forward to them, When Todd Haley was the head coach, you weren't spending July talking about, it's going to be a great training camp. We can't wait to get there and see what's going on. It wasn't like that. I think they had a quarterback named Tyler Thigpen at one point.
There you go.
So, no, we weren't spending much time talking about Tyler Thigpen in June and July. So when the Royals were off losing 106 games, it was really rough in the summer. We did weird things. We did old school stuff. We did Tradio one summer.
Wow.
I don't know if people know what Tradio is. It was people would call in and offer an item up, and you'd trade it for another item. Our producer, who's just an outstanding journalist and a great guy, Todd Lebo, and we continue to just be great friends. He's just unbelievable. He would actually, if they'd allow him, he'd be a great Friday conversation for you sometime. I don't know if they'd allow him to come on with you, but if they did, they wouldn't allow him to come on with me. I know that. He's been banned from my podcast and the radio show, but he might be able to come on with you. This guy's unbelievable. He passed a kidney stone one year, and we turned a kidney stone into a brand new Ford Probe. I'm not kidding. It was like 81 trades. We did it every day. We had people. Hey, I'll give you the first thing. I think was like I've got a $2 or a silver dollar, a Kennedy silver dollar. We'll trade for the Lebo kidney stone, and then the next thing was I don't know, a gift certificate at Jazz Louisiana Kitchen or something. And it just kept trading and trading and trading. And eventually, the owner of Shawnee Mission Ford kicked in a Ford Probe. It was unbelievable.
That's amazing. Well, it is to your original point where we started the conversation. Sometimes I have people say, like after a presidential election or something, like, well, what are you going to talk about now? It's like, first off, politics is not like all we do. It's a portion of what we do. And then the news cycle just does not end these days. It's cliche, but it's 24/7, 365. And especially, in Trump world now, it just keeps going and getting wilder, which, to your point, the bad news can be good for us a lot of times. That's just a fact. And, we're kind of in one of those phases right now. The last week, you think about Venezuela, that feels like a month ago now, Kevin, doesn't it?
It does. I credit a guy that I don't think is particularly talented, and I don't really like listening to him all that much, but he was onto something, and that's Clay Travis with Outkick. He's made a lot of money. He's got a national show. He's sold off to Fox and all that. What he basically said was, I'm going to do a website that features what people are talking about. And it was mostly sports, but then it started incorporating politics and news and whatever. What KCMO Talk Radio does, and what's so great about what you've built here, is mostly every day what you hear in our local programming is what people in Kansas City are talking about. That's it. That's the crux of what we do. If you ran into a stranger in a line at Walmart while you're waiting 8 minutes to check out or something like that, and you were doing casual conversation that turned into something about, hey, how about the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl this week? Or do you think Travis Kelce's this or that? Everybody's talking about Renee Good right now.
Yeah.
Hey, she used to live in Kansas City. She lived in Waldo, this or that. She had a Kansas City Current bumper sticker on her car. We talk about what people are talking about, and that's so empowering and so dude, I don't know, man. You did sports before, too. It's so freeing to just be able to talk about what people are interested in.
And I'll never forget doing a sports talk show, filling in middle of the night, like July 4th on CBS Sports Radio. And, a guy calls up and he wants to talk about the Eagles' backup wide receivers. And I'm like, man, I don't care. I just don't care. I didn't say that on the air, but it's just like, I don't care. And to your point, the beauty of this station and where I think the format needs to be is just talk about whatever people are talking about in your town. It doesn't need to be like politics or sports. It's just what are people having conversations on? And we're not shackled down to the sports or the topic or the politics, despite what some people think. So you're right about that, and I think it's working out. It's definitely working out great for us, and you're a big part of that, my friend, and I appreciate you being here. And you ready for 26? Full year ahead? Full steam ahead?
I'm ready. I'm ready. 2026 is going to be a great year. Let's do it. We just keep winning at every turn, man. We've got to get control of a lot of our local government.
Yes.
We still have things out of control locally. But, man, with what's going on with the Trump administration, the numbers we've seen with the economy and things that are happening, I just don't see anything but good things for America right now. It just looks full speed ahead to me, and I'm very excited. Yes.
I'm with you as well. What do you have going on this weekend, my friend?
I don't have much this weekend. We're just gonna kick back and relax and watch a little football and do almost nothing, which is the great part of not having little children in the house, Pete. We have a dog that needs to go out about 3 or 4 times a day, and that's about it.
Oh, thank you for the tease. That's I appreciate that. And Van Sickle's got a parlay. I'll let him run that by you during your show. It's player prop parlay. It's too much.
His parlays wear me out. Nobody can follow him. Nobody knows what they are. What was that thing he tried to hook us up in a couple of weeks ago? Did you partake in that?
The pass a leg. Yeah, you each pick a leg in the parlay, and then you guys roll from there.
Mark, here's my word for you. Out.
You're out. Okay.
I'm out.
I picked a leg, but I think I picked the Broncos minus 13 against the Chiefs. So my leg missed, so the parlay didn't hit.
Yeah.
But I think your leg missed too, Mark, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Mine hit. I took the Broncos to win the game, and you guys made fun of me and said, oh, you can't pick that. I'm like, why can't I? Your legs suck. I'm going to pick one that wins. I'm not going to be the loser in this group.
He did pick that. Mark and I picked losers in the parlay, I believe, is how that went down. So Kietzman gets the last laugh, as is always the case. He was spot on with the analysis.
But there was no odds in it. There was no money to be made.
Well, true. That's a fair point. Well, I don't know. Mark's got a crazy parlay cooked up for the weekend, and I think it's just for Mark. It's a way for him to get super ingrained in every single game because I don't know if you've got basketball games this weekend, Mark, or what you've got going on with the kids, but you are going to be locked in starting tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, yeah. You can follow each game, one leg per game, and then you just hope that guy hits. So that's why it's fun.
He was complaining his KU parlay didn't hit. They scored 104 points. He bet on overs across the board, and it still didn't hit.
I did have Trey White 6 rebounds. He was the only starter that didn't get 6 rebounds. So, yeah, that cost me.
204 points scored in the game, and he didn't hit his parlay of overs.
Oh, man. All right, I got a minute here. Darren Peterson, are you buying Darren Peterson stock or are you selling it at KU?
Man, he's a great player. I think, my gut tells me that by the end of the year, he's going to be a 36-minute-a-game guy, and they're going to be a better basketball team. I think their ceiling is pretty high. I don't think they're national champions, but I think it's a really good team if he plays the full game. He played a lot the other night. Conference season matters. The NCAA tournament will matter. He's going to want to showcase his skills. I'm not buying all the stuff we've heard about him. I think he'll eventually be a 36-minute-a-game guy.
All right, there you go. I hope so, because you're right. It's not. I don't think it's national championship caliber this year, but Final Four if Peterson's fully healthy. That's where I'm at. All right, Kevin, have a great show, my man, and a fantastic weekend.
Thank you. You too, buddy.
All right. First conversation of 26 with Kevin Kietzman. Uncanceled is coming up next.